Hello and welcome to our next unboxing video. This is Qyalms visiting again from the Grim Wayside. We have another box from Kikagoods that just came in, and I unwrapped the outer wrapping, but before we start the main unboxing video, I just wanted to talk about a few of the other things that came as part of the Children's Day promotion in the box. So I'd ordered this particular box with the 9 colored deer that are currently in transit to the house, and I'm very excited for that when it comes. But they shipped this box first, and as part of the Children's Day promotion, for every $60 you spent, they gave you one set of ball-jointed doll clothing. So because I had purchased the deer, and maybe because I purchased this little Penny's box body, they sent a number of clothes. And so I just wanted to show them off a little bit because I was extremely excited to see them. So got this little Penny's box body. I had purchased this little zombie outfit. It's very cute. It comes in pastel colors. It's for, like all the rest, for a 1/12 size BJD, which is usually the size of Kikagoods blind box BJDs. And it has just amazingly cute little details on it, including things like the little omamori. I don't know what they are in Chinese, but they're the little protection amulets, these little tiny gold buttons. They're very ornate. The cute little pattern on the skirt. So although I haven't opened it yet, I'm very excited to pop it on one of the dolls. So I had assumed that, they would give some freebies away that maybe weren't that exciting, maybe a skirt or some socks. But what they sent were complete outfits. And some of these I recognize as those that they're actually selling on the website. So this is one of the Alice sets that I'd actually considered buying at one point. Very good quality. It has the headband, the dress, and a few accessories like an apron. And then this really cute red dress that I hadn't seen before, and it has this giant bow with a cute little key on it, little ribbon details, and also has another lowly headband. So it even comes with little socks, and the socks have little bows on them. It's very exciting. I was very excited with the quality. They also popped in this little fairy dress, which you might have seen in one of the earlier unboxing videos. I'd already purchased this one and dressed up some of the chemo dolls in it. They also sent this other zombie outfit, or I guess it was a ghost technically. I saw it on the website. It was super cute. It's a little white, like kimono with the long sleeves. And then the little fire is part of a headband that you put on her as part of, like, I guess, their ghost mythology or their ghost symbolism. And then they also sent this tiny pair of overalls, which are great because I don't have a whole lot of boy clothes for them to wear. So even though it's just a pair of overalls, which is what I was expecting to get for my freebies, it's still very cute. It's got a little pocket, has little upturned hems and tiny buttons, and it'll look really cute on one of my little boy dolls. Okay, so that all said, as exciting as that was, the actual unboxing today is for one of the Sleep Elves sets. And so I had opened the box, but clearly I have not even started opening the Sleep Elves box because I really wanted to share it with you. Okay, so I removed the outer wrapping on the box, and now we can go ahead and open. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there are 8 figurines in this set. It's a different set than we opened last time. We can see from opening the package right away that each one of them has an authenticity hologram sticker on top. They all have a QR code. I'll probably scan that later. The Sleep Elves sets, there's several different versions. There's a flower version. There's sort of a tarot card or like gothic version of them, I believe. And so this particular set I'm very excited about. It has some really large looking figurines in it. For example, the one that's on the front cover of the box, front picture, is actually quite large. It looks like it's about twice the size of the box, so I assume will be will be like putting together the figurine. There's a very small picture of the 8 designs and just an indication of what the hidden designs are. I know that one of the hidden designs is like a jellyfish girl, and then I think the other hidden design is on a like a globe with a star in it, if I remember correctly. So of course we'll be looking out for those. But I was very intrigued by this little water girl, so I'm excited to see her when she pops out. In the last set of Sleep Elves that I opened, I was really excited about the quality of it. I still keep the Dark Clouds version, who's flocked in like sort of a fuzziness on my desk at work, so that I can play with it and just sort of rub it when I'm feeling the mood. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, looks like there's another authenticity QR code inside. Okay, so the first one that we have, I believe, is called Polar Days. And she has 2 parts in the box. Let me see. Yeah, the box does not have the English names on the figurines. So I'm just going to have to guess from what I was looking at online. But I believe this one is Polar Day. There's another character that's called Polar Nights. So it looks like they added a little foam block to, I guess, keep her from being deformed in the box, which is a nice touch. Thank you for that. Oh, here is her card. Oh, yeah, and it says Polar Day on it. So they're going to be in English on the cards as well. The card itself is sort of a holographic background with an artistic picture of the character. And so the second piece of her is a translucent like archway that has a moon and probably like a little planet on it. It's a little rubbery. It's not particularly stiff, but it's a really beautiful pale purple color. I don't see, there's a little dot there, so maybe, and then there's a little opening hole here, but I don't think they actually fit together. I don't think they like snap together or anything. She has a bright red planet or ball on her head. She has cute little eyelashes, the same color as her hair, which is like a beautiful glossy white with an ombre to pink at the bottom. And she's standing on her own hair, and she's holding probably like a larger star or something. Her fingernails, her fingers are blushed a really pretty color. They always do really beautiful blushing on her. So like her little knees are rosy, which is a great detail. So, but think, I don't think they actually click together. I guess they just stand together. Oh, we'll go ahead and put her to the side for now. Okay, box number 2. Oh, this is one of the ones I think I was really excited about getting. It's another sort of water-based doll. So this particular one is called Sea Waves. And she comes in one piece. She has a beautiful skirt that's made of translucent plastic with some ombre from blue in her body, and her body's actually translucent too. So her skin actually attaches to like the clear blue plastic of her skirt, which is a really pretty touch. The same adorable little eyelashes. She has blue ombre curly hair. The skirt is blowing up in the wind. She's got a little bit of opaque blue skirt covering up her modesty. And then she has a darker purple base, and that darker purple base has some pretty butterflies that are rising out of the waves. And they have a really beautiful touch of like gold ombre, like airbrushing on them. So her pose doesn't look that great from above, but she's a really beautiful figurine, and I was really excited about getting this one just because of all the movement and the grace that's in her skirt. It looks like it's waves that are sort of bubbling up. Very good. Like her. Okay. So this one is fine. It's not my favorite color palette. I like the pastels more for the other ones. And maybe I just like bangs. I'm not sure that her hairstyle's doing it for me, but she is still very pretty. So she is called Dryad. She has deep sort of green leaning towards teal hair that's an ombre to like a sage color green. And then she's covered in um, little sticks and flowers. They are mostly the sort of sakura shaped flower, but there's some that look like maybe a little bit more like bamboo. And then she's covered with like this little branch across her chest, which is really pretty. She's very pretty. She wasn't my favorite when I was looking at the pictures on the boxes, but you know, she has a lot of really pretty movement. The way her hair lifts her off the ground gives it sort of an illusion of airiness to it. So yeah, she's pretty. Okay, box number 4. Halfway through our boxes. Okay, so here I believe is Polar Nights. She is the companion to the first one that we opened. Look how tiny she looks. She's so small. So she's also in 2 pieces. And these two are supposed to go together. Polar Night and Polar Day are supposed to interact. So let's see how the base works. That might be where the little extra pegs are for the holes that are on Polar Day. Ooh, pretty. So the base that they have is really beautiful metallic blue with just a slight hint of purple, like sort of a duochrome. And it's a bubbling sort of cloud that's drifting across the ground. And so I don't see pegs, but I do see 2 holes that look like they belong to the that belong to the archway that comes with Polar Day. And that means, let's see, so Polar Night herself she's all curled up as if for sleep. She's got cute little rosy knees. She's simpler than a lot of the other ones. She has some pretty gray hair with a blue ombre that sort of matches the base, one cute little star, and she's cradling her own planet. I think. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, yeah. So Polar Day fits into the base that way. It's a little precarious, but she definitely belongs there. There's some indentations for the 2 of them. And then there's not an indentation for Polar Night here. So I'm not exactly sure if there's a spot for her to fit or if she just kind of settles here. I'll have to take a look at some of the pictures online to see, but I think they're supposed to both sit sort of the same direction. So I think this is how they're supposed to join together. To my knowledge, these are the only 2 in this set that are sort of part of the pair. So yeah, I think it would be hard, if you got this as a blind box and you only got one or the other. It'd be a little sad, especially I think for Polar Night, because it's kind of clear that some pieces are missing since there are special indentations there. So that's one of the ones where you might be kind of disappointed if you hadn't bought the whole set. Go ahead and move the over there. Moving on to the second set of 4. Oh, and here we go. This is the largest one in the set. That's interesting. I think it's a different color than I had thought. So on the web, I don't know why I thought these were more white, then they look like they're blue. So these are the wings that lift her swing up in the air. All of the bits are nicely packaged in their own plastic, and each section itself is separated to keep the pieces in order, which is a nice detail. They always have really good packing. I have to give them that. Here's some more feathers. Symbol. And then the figure itself. So she's floating in the air on this star, or I guess moon. Moon would be the more accurate one. She's wearing, I think it must be a cape. It's completely different from her hair. A lavender to pink ombre cape that's like turning into a liquid and puddling at the bottom. Then her hair is a gray, which is separate from the cape. It's really beautiful. It's got sort of, it looks like clouds. The movement is really lovely in the hair. So to assemble it, we need to add the ends of the moon, and I think that's correct. This one is going to be this side. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so once I go back online and take a look at some of the pictures, I'll see how I can figure out exactly which one goes where, because I'm pretty confident that I have these points in the right spot. But this one really only looks like it could go here. But it looks like there's two over here. I don't see where they attach. So I'm gonna have to come back to this. I'm gonna have to be smart and figure this one out a little better before we can put it together. I don't want to break it. It does, these pieces in particular feel a little like they might break before they bend. So they're not as rubbery as some of the other pieces. We'll go ahead and put her to the side. Her name was Remex. Remex. I don't know what that means. Remex. Okay. Last three. Oh, okay. This one's going to require a little assembly. It's honestly a little creepy because I believe her name is Galaxy. Yep, Galaxy. Her head is just floating by itself in the box. So that's a little disturbing. The character itself is not a full body one like the rest of them. She is a bust. She reminds me a lot of the rainbow ribbon from the last set. But I did feel like the rainbow ribbon had a weird placement for the assembly, considering that it was in clear. So, Galaxy. This is one of the ones I was really excited about too, because look at her hair. Whew. It is clear and glittery and lavender, and it has this cool, like clear, almost magnifying one in here. This little tiny Saturn up at the top, little wings, another one there, and she's got little purple eyelashes. But it's the movement in her hair that just gives her such a dynamic look. She has one little hand up to her chest, and then the other one disappears into the base. The base is of a similar plastic. It's clear. It doesn't have the glitter in it. Got another little Saturn there and little yellow planets. When you put her together, so according to the box, this is how her head fits onto her base. She is hefty, but yeah, she has a sort of sleepy look to her. I mean, they all do because, they're sleep elves. But yeah, sort of a very gentle but dynamic. Just love the hair. It's so pretty. It has some even like larger iridescent glitters in it that really catch the light. I'm a big fan of anything stars. So this was definitely one of my favorites that I was looking forward to. She feels pretty sturdy, like her head's not going to fall off. Okay, two more. Last chances for those secret ones. Okay, so this is one of the ones I was also super excited about. She's called Sea Gem? Oh, I might have had to put or Sea Girl. Yeah, Sea Girl, I think. Uh, Probably should wear my glasses. So she is one piece and she's pretty much one color. But again, kind of like Galaxy, she's just so dynamic. She has these beautiful, splashy looking curls, and she's holding a bubble in her hand, almost like she's taking a bubble bath. Um, they did make her eyelashes like a darker purple, and then she has some little white starfish in her hair. But otherwise, she's this beautiful, translucent blue and mostly one piece. They hid the join really well in the back. And yeah, she's just so delicate, and the hair has so much movement in it. I was really excited to get this one too. We'll put her over by the other sea-based one. And this is our last box. So it probably is going to be a big old unicorn, unless we got something special. So it is the big old unicorn, which as a kid, I would have been really excited about. It's fine. I really like the swan in the other. There's another set and there's a swan in it. And if I could just get the swan and not have the whole set, I would be so happy. So in this one, the elf is so tiny. Look how little she is. This one is called Unicorn and it's one piece. Um, it's very dreamy, very much for, what 10-year-old Qyalms would have been interested in. I was a big fan of horses when I was a kid, not too different from like everyone else. But look how tiny the little elf is in this one. She's so wee and small, and she has gray hair. The unicorn itself has beautiful pearlescent finish on it in both the white skin and the hair. It has an opaque horn in sort of a yellowy gold color, and then they're both sort of just floating on a cloud of blue lavender clouds. Even though she's so tiny, they did still give her individual eyelashes. They're sort of the color of the clouds underneath of her, and they still did blush her. Her little toes are red. She's got little rosy cheeks, which is just a great detail. Like it's so small, you can see it compared to my fingernails. So that's really impressive. I'll give the workmanship of it all kinds of props for like how detailed they are. So we didn't get any special ones, but that's not a surprise. Um, so in the group, we have, two galaxy versions, we have two water versions. I guess the little moon girl, she could go with the polar day and night and the galaxy set. I guess you could call her part of that group. And so I'll be back later once I've figured out how to get her wings together, just to explain how the three pieces go together on top of it. But for the moment, yeah, this is the Sleep Elf set from Kikagoods. The brand is 5-2 Toys. So this is the second Sleep Elf set we've opened. So have a good night. I need to figure out how to put these freaking wings on.